I think I was always interested in wildlife and wild places from the time I was a very little boy. I was just born that way. I grew up in Southern California at the base of the San Gabriel Mountains, which rise up to 8,000 to 10,000 feet abruptly from a coastal plain. So every day, if it wasn't too smoggy, I could look up and see these mountain peaks, and as soon as I was old enough, I started spending as much time as I could hiking in the canyons or walking trails up to the tops of the peaks. My first attempts at real wildlife photography were in those days, and I would hold my old Kodak Brownie camera up and look through a pair of binoculars and point it at a bighorn sheep up in the mountains, take a picture, and you could tell what it was. And at the time, that was immensely pleasing, and I would take a pocket full of those pictures with me to school, show them to all of my friends. I moved to Alaska in 1971 and originally came up to visit a friend of mine from undergraduate years who had started grad school in Fairbanks, and he kept telling me I should come up and visit. So I did. I applied to graduate school, was accepted, and I stayed. I found a job with the State Department of Fish and Game, working on the interactions of caribou with the pipeline, which was still under construction at the time. And I kind of stayed with caribou and with large mammals. Eventually did a lot of work in the Arctic Wildlife Refuge as the state's lead biologist on the porcupine caribou herd. My interests at that time were primarily with the large charismatic megafauna mammals. I'd never been particularly interested in birds, but as I got more and more interested in photography and started looking at some of these animals through my big lens, it was like a new world opened up. I found they're really beautiful little critters. Even our common birds have beautiful colors and feather patterns. They do really interesting things, and so over the years I'd say that more and more of my photography has shifted towards birds. I found something that I had probably written in 4th or 5th grade. It was called My Life Story. I had no recollection of having written this, but it said, when I grow up, I want to be married, have a family, I want to be a forest ranger and live in Alaska. So in a way, I lived my dream, even if I'd forgotten what it was. My name is Ken Whitten, and I'm KUAC's 2012 poster artist.